smoky clubs to fields of green, her life took a turn, but her rhythm's still the same. Feel the passion burn. On stage she was a queen, now the land's a throne. Every note she sang now echoes in seeds she's sown. Her journey's just begun, a new chapter in her song. Watch her dance with the seasons, right where she belongs. She was a jazz and blues singer, making her way around the world. The journey stopped, but the song did not. So what's going on with you, girl? She started a YouTube channel and learned how to grow veggies, fruits, and bread, and a bunch of chickens in a row. Diva of the stage to diva in the dirt. Same diva, new life, diva in the dirt. Singing sweet melodies now with the earth. From city lights to moonlit nights, she's found her worth. With every seed she plants, a new story grows. From the mic to the soil, a rhythm she knows. Diva in the dirt, watch her thrive and gleam. Same passion, new dreams on the homestead scene.
Well, welcome. Doing
the spring and so.
Oops, I think I'm going on to another video. No, we don't need to watch another one of your videos. Sorry. Welcome in, everyone. Oh, I'm buffering. Dag nabbit. I was buffering. My apologies. I hope that all is well. Let's just turn that volume down. Oh, and then I froze over there. You know, when you haven't done it for a while, you're just like, where do things need to be? Where do I need to look? Now I remember. So anyway, again, welcome. It's been a while. Actually, when I made the thumbnail for this video, or for this live stream, it was February 28th. So it's been a whole month since I've done a live. And I popped into, a few of them and just said hello, my hellos and things like that. But I just thought the main thing is I got my box of seeds quite some time ago, and I have not opened them. And so it's like, I need to open them so I can go plant them, because no, I have not planted anything yet. But let's bring up Robin Gardens, and then I'm going to just go ahead and look over at the chat. So welcome, Robin. I think I'm buffering again. Nope. I don't know how to add you. It says remove. Oh, maybe if I do this. It was like, because I was hogging the screen, it wasn't letting you in. So that's what was going on.
Hog away, it's your show.
It's the Marine Show. But anyway, I do also want to thank our members who have continued to support my channel. I do really appreciate you, and for paying your little monthly fee. It does make a huge difference in my life. I do really appreciate it. But let's go and look at some comments here. So as soon as I posted the live, there was Miss Sharon. Yay! So thank you so much for coming in. And Marty, she says, I'm looking forward to growing pink banana squash seeds this year. I would like to know, what is a pink banana squash? I got to go and look at that. And next we had Storms. Good to see you. And Crazy Life Homestead. Hey, Mo, how are you doing? And of course, one of my co-hosts here, Robin Garden, saying hello from Chicagoland and bringing in the love. Good to see you. And I think everybody else has said their hellos. I know there's a few stragglers that will be coming in, and and it's like when you get out of sync, people go, well, I'm going to find other things to do Saturday night. Diva's not here, so I'll go do some other stuff. So I get it. It makes a lot of sense as far as I'm concerned. I just got to do a couple little bit more housekeeping things here, and go, where is that? Where did I? Like I said, I'm right out of sync because it's like I usually have all of this stuff set up beforehand, and I don't. it was like, no, I'm fine. The only thing I did do is I restarted my computer, like I think about 10 minutes ago. I thought, you know what? I think it's a good idea that you restart your computer because it might just, ditch or whatever. So, how are you, Robin?
I am good. I am really good.
Mm-hmm. That's good. And I
I'm
see.
getting
I was gonna.
mobility, getting,
Ah,
getting up there, moving
yes.
on up.
Uh-huh. That's awesome. That's really, really good. Oh, Miss J.K. Gardner, welcome, welcome. Oh, yes, please do check to see that you are in the live chat so that you get all messages. And I'm just going to go make sure that I am. And I'm not because it just puts you in top chat right away. It's like, why?
I know
I don't know.
it's so silly. Nobody wants to just be in top chat. They want to see it all.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if you have, if you've got 10,000 people all watching and they're all commenting, maybe you don't want to see them all. So maybe that's what it's for. For the big channels, not for us, regular folk, the few and far between. So it seems like I feel like maybe I need to turn up something because it's like I don't feel like I can hear very well myself. Or not, yeah, like I can't hear you that well. So I think I'm going to just turn up that. But other than that, everything looks great. Looks very, very good. And just doing that little bit more of. So, like I said, I did want to kind of chit chat. A little bit of, I wanted to do my seed haul and also just, later in the show, I'm going to talk about, where have you been? So, so I don't think we'll be on for very long. And I think if Carol's not feeling the best, but she also has a box and Shawnee, she also has a box, but Shawnee usually does date night tonight. So whether they show up or not, we don't know, but all of us that are here, it's just great. So I do want to unbox my seed haul. And in that, I also have some seeds that I have to pack out and send out. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of all of that all at the same time is my plan. And that. So, is my audio fine? Your video is frozen. I'm frozen. Am I still frozen? Can you hear me?
You're okay now.
Okay. So I guess I'm just going to keep glitching. I got a new a new Wi-Fi thing, and I'm plugged in directly into the machine. So my apologies in advance to all of you that when it's if I keep buffering. And maybe what I might need to do is just to go out and come back in, right? So I didn't mention to the ladies that I would do a show and tell, but do you have any show and tell, Robin?
Oh, golly. I forgot.
Yeah. I know, it's like, what's the routine? I don't know.
Let's see. I don't know. No, I've got a bunch of seedlings on the go and they're starting to do well. And my peppers are doing well, except my Anaheims. I pre-chitted them. They were, they had their little tail on them, and I put them in the dirt. And they're the only ones that have not popped up above dirt. And the ones which was the paprika Hungarian Magyar, didn't have, a chit, and they're up. So.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Carol from South Florida Sunshine.
Hey.
With her pretty new do. Oh, I forgot. I also do applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this one's for Robin because I miss Robin.
Oh, yeah, hi, ladies. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
I'm trying to make sure this is kind of pre-opened and I'm not showing my address to the world in your live.
Yeah, that's basically what I did as well. As I went and just took the label, but I hadn't opened it. And to be honest, I actually don't even know what I know. I ordered beans. I know I ordered some beans.
You go first because I'm still like the tape is unbelievable that I've got. When you're ready, if Robin was finished.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michelle.
It's no, I'm done. I am unprepared. I feel bad.
Oh no, you're fine.
No, absolutely not.
I just lucked out. This came. I've been waiting for this. In fact, I was worried that it didn't go through. Because it's Etsy, and Etsy, I don't know if many of you have had this happen with Etsy. I've ordered something and then it's like it's not in your purchases, it's in your email. They don't add it to your purchases until after, I guess, you receive it, and then maybe it adds on to the website, but it was not there. And I was like, I could have swore I ordered all that stuff.
So I take a picture. I take a picture and then I save it in my photos.
Me too.
But I have somehow deleted, and I hope to God that I still have them coming. I'm sure I did because I remember the bill coming in.
Hey Mo.
For my potatoes. And I'm gonna wait a week because it's about a week from now last year when I got them. And if I don't get them, then I'll call the company and say, hey, when's my order coming, and make sure I've got them, because if I don't, then I gotta scramble.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, thing.
So they do.
How are you doing over there, ma'am?
I'm good. Yeah, they like Rainbow Seeds it's one thing I do love is that their seeds are inexpensive, but there's not all the flashy things. Like they don't have all the flashy photos. They do give you a note saying, hello, thank you for your order. And so if you want to see, sending you the link for the planting calendar, you have just put your postal code and you can see what you can plant according to the area. And then also it's a website. It's gardening know-how, for almost anything. And so they give you those two little things because they are real basic looking packages. There's nothing, fancy on them.
But that's the one that's kind of local to you, right? It's not too far.
No, actually it's on the east side of Canada. So
okay.
They're
closer to me if I would travel that far.
Well, I think we'd be pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's about the same. We can meet there one day, maybe. We'll just do a thing at Rainbow Seeds and meet up.
Yeah. So I honestly, like I said, I don't remember. So it looks like I bought these were carrot seeds.
Ooh, make you big. We all want
make yourself big and show us what type of carrot seeds.
Okay.
Gardeners want to know the stuff.
Yes, we want
That's
to know
right.
both of ours,
So this is Nante's coreless non-GMO carrot seeds.
Oh.
So no picture, but so that's that one. And this is Wisconsin SMR 58, a pickling cuke. Because I would really like to have lots of pickling cukes this year. And then I got these last year. I really like their dark green bush zucchinis.
Those were nice. I remember what you harvest. They were gorgeous.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
And I did go get some more lovage because I would like to have lovage like as a regular. And then some cilantro. I struggle growing cilantro. But I'm hoping that they will. I'm hoping they will continue because I think I left some in the soil. I did get a Serrano hot pepper seeds. Like these are all about 200 grams, as you can see on the packages.
Nice.
And and packages will run anywhere from $2 to $3. A cayenne.
Very nice.
I thought the box, did I really order that much? Because look at how little the box is, but it's like, apparently I ordered a lot. This is Garden Sweet burpless cucumber. Some slicing. And the National Pickling. I do like this one. I've bought it from other companies.
That's a good doer.
National. Yeah. Okay.
And then now we're gonna get it. Oh no, that's a National Pickling. My forever trying the gumbo okra seeds. So I'm hoping that these will go well. Oh, they're New Brunswick. National Pickling, National Pickling. This is Burgess's Buttercup. It's a winter squash.
You did those last year too, right?
Not the buttercup. I think I've had a buttercup show up in my garden before. And then large leaf basil.
I bought some that said large leaf basil. It wasn't so large leaf.
Oh.
It was tasty, but not large leaf.
Russian tarragon. But wait, there's more. And this is another one, the sweet dumpling. So
nice.
Yeah, those are supposed to be a nice squash.
And then I'm always wanting to try to grow all of our Napa cabbage to make all of our kimchi. Each year I try, not so successful. I want
to try.
I did do did I already do? Maybe I already got these ones. The Imperator. No, the other carrot seeds were slightly different.
Yeah, they were the coreless.
Waltham. Thank you for remembering that. Wow, Waltham butternut.
Yeah,
so I'd like to try that.
That's a classic.
And then this one I cannot pronounce. $50 for whoever can pronounce it in the next 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Langedeiker.
Langedeiker.
It's I came close, but I don't want your 50. I don't want your $50.
Yeah.
Cabbage seeds. Langedeiker.
And then I do like this golden acre cabbage as well. I think they're supposed to be quite big.
Yep.
And then I'm trying out these broccoli seeds.
Okay. Desicio. I think, is that how you say it? Desicio?
Probably. Or Desicio. The double C is usually CC. Okay, so that's all the seeds. Now we go into the beans. And so I did order more. Even this is about how much I grew from my Jacob's cattle beans last year. So I thought, let me get some more. So they're pretty. The Jacob's cattle, they're a baking bean. Oh, it looks like I bought 1, 2, 3 of those, and then 4 of those, because I really want to grow those. Not that we need them. We don't know if they're very good. I just because they look like little cows. They're so cute.
They are.
You can see that through the plastic. Hold it, Silmarine.
Very pretty.
Yeah, they're little speckled, look little cows. And then because I'm not going to be growing as much out at the farm, I thought I'm really going to try to do the beans. And so I've got the famous chili red kidney beans.
Okay.
I got a few of those too, but it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, looks like I did 5 of the
That's so weird. Is StreamYard doing that? I'm not touching it. It's putting you in and out. Or are you hitting it? Okay. It's it's not me.
Well, no, I don't think I'm hitting it, but the box is on my keyboard.
Oh, okay.
So just 3 more.
Just don't.
So of course I did go and get my Kentucky Wonders.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be very good. And then I'm gonna try the Ford Hook Lima. That's another one I want to try this year.
I wanted to get those and I forgot.
And then of course my mom's favorite are the these are just says Roma 2 Italian. I thought they were Romano, but anyway, this is another bush bean that I'm going.
Nice.
Is that like a cannelli, or
is it small, or is it more cannelli?
They're small.
Yeah.
Kind of like
little white bean.
Yeah.
That's good. Like a navy bean.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I guess I ordered the wrong one. So that's all that I did. So just
good.
Those are going to be on your cattle panels, or they're bush beans, most of them.
Those ones are, most of these are all bush beans.
Okay.
But what I would like to have is just, because here's what I learned last year. Because when I've grown beans, you all know this. It was me that didn't know. you know, my growing of green beans is like the more I pick, the more you get. And so when I
Mm.
was wanting to grow these drying beans and baking beans, it was like, when do you pick them? How, when is the
Oh.
good time? And it's like, you let them grow till they're done. And there isn't where you can, well, you could pick and probably eat some and some more will come.
Mhm.
But it's the fact that I would like to be able to grow enough
Right.
red kidney beans so that when I make my chili beans, that it's all from my garden and not
Right.
buying them. And so it's like I learned that that's how it works. You don't get to pick them, Maureen, and eat them. There
Mm-mm.
isn't a come and come, cut and come again. So I
Right.
thought I will buy 5 packages of these beans and then try to grow big amounts of these
Well,
beans.
did the chickens go after them at all? The
No,
pods? Good.
no,
Okay.
no, they don't. But I would like to have them out at the farm, but that's where I'm going to be fighting.
Mhm.
I will be fighting the slugs
Yeah.
because
Gross.
I think they go after my bean plants as well. But let me just say hello again into the chat. Just
Yes.
catch anything. Oh, it's yeah. Here's a joke. And what happened to the herb that when it acted out in class? It was placed in timeout. Oh, thank you, Mo. I'm glad you tried to pronounce it.
Mhm.
That's good. That's good. And Serena says she got a fairy Morse rosemary seed at Ollie's. $2. That's awesome.
Very
And you've
nice.
started your Space Master cucumber seeds and potting mix moistened with colloidal silver, and they are already sprouting. That's fantastic.
That's a different way to do it. I have
Yeah.
not heard that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all I ordered.
But
So I love.
you have seeds still though. You still have
Oh,
your
no,
storage.
no. Yeah,
Honey. Yeah,
yeah.
right.
This is just the seeds that
Br-
I
Brand
that I
spanking new ones.
yeah, and everything else will be or either that I was gifted because I was gifted some
Yeah.
seeds from Robin,
Mhm.
and so yeah, but so that was kind of the area. Now when I look at it,
Mhm.
um I kind of go, okay, I can see where I was going when I made these orders.
Right? I know, because I am the same way.
But
I forget what I order unless
oh,
I look at it again. Like
mhm,
mine's
yeah.
not seeds. Mine's something else. That's
Oh,
but
okay.
you guys have heard they're coming and I wasn't sure if they were coming. So I don't
Okay.
know what to expect, like how big they are. That
What are those?
now I ordered from Good Gardens. This is Dave the Good's daughter Daisy, who has a seed business on Etsy. And this is more than seeds. I'm not sure how she wrapped everything because I have something else in here that's very like David the Good-ish. I kind of wish Shawnee was here so she could see me pull it out. It's a new
Oh,
machete.
cool.
It's my new
Oh,
machete. That's
wow.
from my
Very nice.
Daisy store. I don't know if she had anything else wrapped in here. Okay. Now, I thought that was actually my trees in there with that. She wrapped that really
Oh,
nice though, so I wouldn't like lose a finger. I'm very grateful for that. I also have one that I had gotten locally that's like her mom, they're a Spanish family, and she said my mom cleans, like gets one just for the kitchen. It's like a fatter one. And it's got more of a blunt edge. I'll have to pull it out sometime. But I think that's all that arrived today. None of my seeds, none of my
oh,
anything else. I'm so sad. Oh. So hopefully that means the other is coming.
mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. That was supposed to be here. Yeah. I thought it was in the package. I thought I was gonna pull out my seeds. Just the machete came today.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'll have to check the order and make sure.
I
They're
totally
still
wasn't going to
coming.
order more seeds. Totally wasn't. And then we saw that Urban Gardener episode with the tomato guy from the Dwarf Tomato Project, Craig,
Uh-huh.
and he said his favorite yellow was Lillian's yellow heirloom. So I had to get it because the
Of
guy has
course.
grown 4,000 types of tomatoes.
Oh,
He
wow.
has a lot of tomatoes. And this is a favorite. So I got
And
it.
he's the
Gotta have
micro
it.
guy. I mean, I just had to double check again in the paper just to see if there was anything else. I live in the tropics, Mo, so I can use it for a lot of things and overgrowth, but mostly for my bananas, and also just to have one because it's from David the Good's daughter, and David the Good is known to always be out in his property with a machete, multi-use
Mm.
machete.
Mhm.
Marisa,
Just gonna
Marisa.
put the chickens up.
Oh, that was good. But yeah, that was surprising. I thought my pawpaws were in there,
Oh.
waiting on the pawpaws. So I need to double check my emails again and see.
Hey, Cece, good to see you.
The hair, you like the hair, CC? I went blonde to let the grays grow in a little easier because I was looking like I had no hair with my brown hair. It would grow in white and light gray, and it was like, looks like my forehead's just getting bigger every time my grays grow.
Yep, pretty much.
That's how it feels.
So,
It's just like,
Yeah,
where's your hair?
I've got a 5 head, so mhm.
Yeah, I've got the 4. Yeah, it could be
Mhm.
possibly 5.
Yeah,
But
I think when you're pulling your hair back,
yes, it does it.
starts.
It is quite
Mhm.
large when I pull it back, so I am close to a 5 head.
Yeah.
You girl.
As I get older, it used to be a 3, and then it just progresses. At least, thankfully, I'm not a man where it progresses completely off the head and then they grow it on their back. Sometimes I don't know what.
Oh,
That's
that's
just very cruel.
so
Like
sad.
it is.
So
It's very
sad.
cruel. I'm grateful that that is not my situation.
Yes. Yeah,
But
actually, when looking at let me just see, what was the one that I just looked at? Not that. Maybe it was the next page. Oh yeah, so like that, the Langdijker, the green cabbage, it's like one packet has got about 100 plus seeds in it, and it's $1.89.
Nice.
wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's great.
Yeah, the Michelini cabbage, that was 200 plus seeds. Like they just are very generous, for $1.89. I still spent a ton of money. Like it's still, $78 or something
Oh
like that.
yeah. Uh-huh.
But
Okay.
it's from the beans. Like it's from buying
Mm-hmm.
buying 5 packets of beans. That's where it got me a little bit more there.
So I went to the W store today, speaking of spending money in the garden section, for these. Because I'm pressing the easy button this year and doing
Let me get you in there because I want to see.
Gotta tell me how you do those because they never work for me. They're like,
well, you got to get them once they're germinated and have their true leaves. You got to move them on fast, but it makes it easy to get them going. If you've never seen them, they look like this until you add water, and then they blow up.
Do you soak yours in like a tray to get them to blow up?
I do, and I soak them in boiling water just to kill off if there might be any fungus gnats.
Very smart.
But yeah, so this is what I was going for. I was going to get 2 packs or maybe 3.
Right.
So I got those, and then I got some pots, and then I got some seeds, and then I got a couple trellises.
Right.
And then $88 later, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And there's and okay, right now here in Chicagoland, the big boxes and the nurseries and the whatever, they don't even have maybe 15% of what they're going to have garden wise out.
Yeah.
So
I missed Star.
I should have just ordered them off of the A and not gone to the store.
It's too tempting. Yeah. I missed our Dollar Tree deals. They were gone by the time I got in there.
Really?
Yeah, ours were here before. It was like stuff was going up on YouTube, and I was like, oh, there's nothing left.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
a couple pots, so which I was grateful for, but still, it was like all the seeds were gone except for like flower seeds and stuff. Not none of the veggies. They were all gone. It's
Oh
like,
wow.
wow, people are
Mm,
scared. People are getting scared. They're like really buying
mm,
it up.
mm.
But it's good. That means a lot more people are trying to garden, which I'm grateful for.
So I think Mo's, she's put on
Yeah.
QQQ, so I wonder if that's a question, of course, and
Hmm.
how is your mom? And that's kind of where I was headed to about where I've been. And my mom is doing fairly well, but it has been a real trying time for me um, with her. The best way I can describe it is that my mom's nervous system was really shot. Um, you know, her, you know, the fact that she had mobility issues, you know, severely for the last 5 years, and
Right.
and it just progressed, you know, until the point where it was like she couldn't walk anymore. Her hips had just were they there was just no cartilage at all in them. But even before that, she was already having issues. And so when you think about that 5+ year extreme pain, and then having the surgery done, and then struggling to have the to not have fear about um, walking. You know, it's like she walked, you know, basically like this, and then they take you into surgery, they take you out, and then they want you to stand. And it's like, she hasn't stood like this in 3 years. And
Hmm.
so they, you know, as far as I'm concerned, they were over medicating her. The amount of
Right.
medication that she was on, I would watch my mom when I was still at home before I went up to see her. She'd open up a sugar packet and she would look at it, and then she would go and pick it up while she'd stop talking and hold it up, tear it open, you know, and then pour it in, and then look, you know, okay, I got to put it down. Like, she was so over medicated. And
Mm.
then just even the you know, moving here, you know, at her age, at 85, it's very, very difficult. And what I, you know, as I researched, because it was like, okay, you know, we should be progressing forward, and we weren't. And it was back in January, she was saying, yeah, you know, before the surgery, um, the pain was manageable. And I'm looking at her and it's like, what? You could
Yeah.
hardly walk. Well, no, it was manageable, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And she goes, but the pain I'm having now is really bad. And I went, well, how come you don't ask me for painkillers? You know, she goes, well, I forget. And it's like,
Mm.
okay, so then, and just taking that information, what you find out is that the body is healed, but the
Right.
brain is still back in the days before her surgery. And that's her mindset. So it's still struggling to walk, struggling to move forward. And you know, she does walk with her walker. She gets herself in and out of bed. She does all her hygiene on her own. She doesn't shower herself. We have a person that comes in to shower her, and
Mhm.
so that part is good. But in there is that my mom
Sorry.
does a non-stop panting. So it's like, even if she's sitting in a chair, she'll be,
Mm.
and she doesn't hear herself doing that. And I'll go, slow your breath. Like, as a singer, I worked with her a little bit with you know, getting her to understand where diaphragm is. And but she doesn't know that she's actually making these sounds. And like, and her new one now is a tick where she just goes and she can't hear that she's doing that. Has
Mm.
no resonation in her head at all.
Right.
um and so what I have found was that it was exhausting for me, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like,
Right.
you know, by the end of my day, it's like I am and it's not like I'm working with her, but just that type of panic energy to be
Hmm.
around me all the time. And I'm a deep empath, so I will take on that kind of energy, and then I start feeling it. And
Right.
then in there, you know, a month ago or so, it was like I was starting to have, like, I have an irregular rhythmia, and when I get under stress, my heart does a lot of pauses. And so I was having those, and I was getting out of breath just sitting. Like, if I was having this kind of conversation right now, I would all of a sudden go, okay, I feel like I have to take some breaths. And so I was, looking at, having my doctor look at me as well. And her thought process was that, and checked my thyroid. My thyroid was out, and there was a few other things that were out as well. But she said, I think if we straighten out the thyroid, that will put everything else back into line.
Right.
So that, so all of that in these last, because she came in December, so January, February, and then we're coming into the end of March. And in the middle of January, my father passed away, as you guys all know. And, and so all of that, it was like, it was taking a toll on me. And it was like, and my mom rests a lot. Like I have a lot of free time. It's not like I'm having to do stuff with her all the time. And, but it's like when I have free time, I just want to, because it's like, you should get out and get some seeds planted. You should get out. And it's like, I just couldn't. And it was just like, it was just the drain. And this past week was kind of where I was where I made a shift. And so I do have a video kind of talking about some of this coming out on Monday. And that was kind of where my shift went, was where I realized that my mom's, it's like learning how to separate myself from her anxieties, so that it's like I'm not taking them on. And also, it's like I don't know how much to push my mom and how much to hold back from her, or like, and this coming week, we're doing my father's funeral, and I'm emceeing it and I'm organizing it. It's in my hometown. So there's a lot of moving parts that I've got to have things sent there, for the presentation and stuff like that, and for the event. So I, and so with that, my mom goes into a respite hotel, and I knew this past week that she would be having a lot of stress about, we're going to be separated. She's going to be gone for 10 days. It's a great, the respite hotel is fantastic. It's like a hospital, has only 12 guests. So it's a real one-on-one type of thing. She gets her own bedroom, own bathroom, big screen TV, a private line to her room, so I can call her. But all of that is stress, because if she gets out of routine, just a slightly bit of routine, then she's more panicked. Oh, and that's the other thing. Like my mother has, she has a food epilepsy, and so she is on medication, and we've already had three seizures this month. And I've never, like, this is my first time to see her have a seizure. And, and it's none of the food that we ate, but I think it's just the stress, and between stress and lack of water. So I know it's a whole lot of things that I just said.
No. Yeah, but you're carrying them. So yeah, it's okay. That's fine. You need to say and talk about it.
Yeah.
And let everybody know, like, why you were, haven't been as active, and that's okay. That is totally okay now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But just to, and it's like, I don't know, it'll be ebbs and flows. I will say though, this past week, like for me, little milestones, it was about a month ago, my mom and I were going out, and I get her into the car, and then I take the wheelchair and get in. And when I got in, she'd already had her seatbelt done up.
Yay.
And it was like, that's a milestone, because she'd get into the car and she'll go, okay, now what? Okay, we have to put your seatbelt on. She just went ahead and did it. And this past week, as we were driving out, she goes, oh, look at the flowers on your shrub. I've got a huge camellia, and there's 3 pink flowers that are starting. And for her to notice something pretty, that is not normal for her. And then also last night, but maybe a bit too much TMI, but it was the first time that she got herself up in the night and took herself to the loo. And it's like, that's again another milestone. And so when she does these things, I do acknowledge them, like, this is healing in her brain, where she's starting to move forward, because she goes, I don't want to go on my computer. I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to read books. I don't want to do anything. She just wants to lay in her bed. And you know, the geriatric psychiatrist, he's like, oh, she sounds depressed, let's put her on meds. And it was like, she was on antidepressants in the hospital, it wasn't helping. And it's
Yeah.
like, I want you to, you know, it's like, is there exercises that we could do, just gentle things of
Right.
you know, familiar things that we could try to do. So
Right.
anyway, yeah. Yes, indeed, this is true. And so that's kind of where I, in taking care of myself, is just the fact that I need to not feel the pressure of helping my mom move forward. She will move forward in her own time.
That's right.
And she might not move forward in her own time, because there is, like, you know, at her age, it could be where she just starts to no and declines, and I have to be okay with that. You know, would I like my mom to be who she was before the surgery? Absolutely. But if it's that she just goes backwards. Oh yeah, another milestone was she got up from her rest in the afternoon, and I said, oh, are you going back to bed? And she says, no. And I said, oh. She goes, no, you can't lay in bed all day, you know. And it was like,
yay,
this is that's a very, very
good
valid
one. Good, that's great.
yeah.
Because I know with the elderly, if they go under, you often will lose them to dementia because of all the drugs that they put and how it affects the brain. And to hear her making progress is such a blessing. Like, so grateful to hear that she's making strides forward mentally, because it can cause a lot of that, what she went through. And it's a lot of change at her age, like you were saying. That's a lot of change for both of you.
Yeah,
for both
even,
of
you know, it's like moving her. Sure, it's a good move for her, but it's a move, and it's difficult physically. My mom's brain is completely intact. Like, that's the great thing. It's like, you know, it's like, what's our address, Mom? And she's like, blah, blah, blah. You know, what's my cell phone number? Blah, blah, blah.
Wonderful.
And yeah, so she'll remember things like, okay, you know, I go, when did you have your first seizure? She goes, it was March 5th. You know, so she knows exactly the dates. She knows what day it is. Like, there's none of that. It's just she's lost her lust for life, or desire for life, and then also that fear of her legs are not healed. She doesn't believe that her legs will hold her up, and so it's still, she puts a pressure on her arms, and so she doesn't think, like, I'm sure she thinks that her legs will give out, like, just when she's walking, and even this is new, but this, you know, just taking a step, if I ask her to step sideways, she can't. Her brain goes, no, I can't. And if she goes to step, she will actually start to collapse. Even though this is the exact same action, but her brain says, no,
the
we
groove's
don't,
not there. Yeah,
we can't. And so then she gets nervous, and it's a shaky leg to and she's just taking the step. She's not moving herself. She's just and so her brain says, no, we can't do that one. We can only do this one. You know, we can walk backwards, we can walk forwards, but not sideways. You cannot step sideways. So it's things like that. But anyway, so that's where it has been exhausting for me, mentally exhausting, along with all the other stuff that goes on, my father passing, and la 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 la. But anyway, it's wonderful to be able to spend some time, you know, and get to talk with grown-ups, and talk about growing, and so anyway,
I'm just glad to hear, like, all the other things are intact with her, because, like, some people don't know that, who haven't done caretaking, who might be watching this, and maybe they're going to face that, like, and they have a parent go through a big surgery and they're older, and suddenly they see them slip mentally. It's like, give them time. They just need a little bit more time at that age. The cells don't replenish as quickly as they used to. And just like you said, they might have some deep grooves in there of, I can't do that because there's always been pain there, and that groove is really deep in their brain. But what she's doing now with the, like, noticing good things, when we start being thankful, it's proven like that we can form, our brain can heal. Our brain can
Yes.
heal when we have that attitude. Like what you sent me
Yeah.
and the, what you think, basically you are. Like what you create in your brain. Like Maureen sends me shorts and stuff, and I send her stuff that we see to encourage
Yeah.
each other. That was,
So Mo, you
Go
say
ahead.
you have food epilepsy. What is your epilepsy about? My mom's is a weird one. Hers is gluten.
Oh,
Mm.
that's awful.
Yay!
Yeah. I think cross contamination can happen anywhere. Yay.
And maltodextrin, and there's maltodextrin in lots of things.
Yes.
And at times she starts to react to it if there's cellulose. Like so in some of her breads they put cellulose in them, right?
Yes.
And so you just go,
Time to move
okay,
to
you know
Italy.
what? We're gonna give you some water and some lettuce. Yeah, and move to Italy.
Yeah.
I did
right?
say to her, I said, hey, why don't we move to Italy, Mom? And she goes, it's too hot. No, we'll go to a cooler region. It'll be fine.
Yes. All that fresh food, nothing sprayed on it and stuff. Fantastic. Wheat with the germ.
Yeah. Thank you, Homestead Aquarius.
Indeed.
Yes, I do too. And you know, and but these little things where it's like, you know, for me, it's like noticing a flower was huge, because even at the doctor's office, she looked at, you know, there was this beautiful orchid in a vase, and there was probably about 10 or more blooms on it, and she looked and she goes, is that real? And the doctor said yes. She goes, it's, wow, is it ever beautiful? And it's like, to me, that's like, she noticed something that was pretty. It's like, that's a milestone for me. So they're not sure what yours is. It happens to be sporadic. I'll up check and run out of the business.
Hubby's embarrassed when it happens. Oh, I'm sorry. Have you ever been, you haven't, I guess, have you done the testing, Crazy Life Homestead, like any kind of allergy testing?
Yeah, and my mom doesn't get the shakes. She doesn't shake, and her eyes don't. She just kind of zones out.
Does the pause?
Yeah, like, and will kind of be leaning over to her right typically. Okay. So, and when she had these episodes, there was nothing of gluten in the meal at all. You know, it was all whole real foods, like real, you know, real ground beef, real potatoes, real, you know. Right. She also can't have fresh apples. She can have applesauce and apple juice and stuff, but for her to bite an apple, it just starts and you know, and it's like she can feel them coming on. So in the past, when I would go and do a bit of respite care at her home, if I was making something new, I would go, here, you know, let's just do a, you know, taste on the tongue, you know, and it's like, and she'd go, yeah, no, I'm feeling it. I go, nope, we're not eating that. That's fine.
Right.
Oh.
Is she allergic to birch? Because with apples, sometimes it's a birch allergy.
Nope, haven't heard that.
Yeah.
She just said it. She said thin skin fruit, but I think today we were talking about it with the doctor, and I think she just made that up herself. So it's like, so you might be able to eat grapes, Mom. She just figured that apples were thin skinned. So yeah. It's tough when you have allergies.
Yes.
Oh. Hey Jay, good to see you. Okay, so petite mal seizure. Some people are reactive to fresh fruits and veggies because they are high in histamines.
Oh, I didn't know the fresh ones were. Yee. I know like leftovers are high in histamines. I didn't know fresh fruit was, and veggies. Crud. Interesting.
So I was going to ask Robin, because I don't know if I was listening to you when you said you bought the pods. Have you used the pods before?
Yeah. Here, I'll show you.
Put this back. Oh, I'm not going to do that now. It'll make too much noise. Oh,
My
okay.
brother-in-law basically can't eat any of it fresh, but he can handle it cooked. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Oh,
here, let
that
me
looks
put
like
you on.
sushi almost at first. Dirt sushi, yummy.
Mm.
So, they swell up. And there's, it's like starter mix, it's
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
peat moss. I put a little bit of vermiculite on the top to kind of help also fungus gnats kind of thing.
Mhm.
But the key is when they come up, they have their little cotyledons and then their first true leaves. You better pretty much be moving them on or feed it really, really well with a liquid fertilizer. But this is
Ah,
good for me right now because it's saving me a lot. And I so far, knock on wood 80 times, I have not had fungus gnats this year in the house.
Yay.
That's a good thing.
woo!
Last year was kind of bad.
Wonderful. I used the the pellets, the mosquito, the pelletized ones, granules, granules.
Yeah.
Yeah, the granules. I used those when I had to bring everything in for the freeze, and I didn't have, and they stayed in for a while in my shower because we were having those days where it would warm, and then it would go right back
Right.
to a freeze. And I didn't have them either. That really did help. But I watered it in, like I put it on top, and then I watered them in the granules.
Mm,
So it
mhm,
also probably
mhm,
killed some of the stuff that was in the soil that might have
mhm.
hatched, which is great.
Yeah, right. I have tried the pods before, um, in the past, but I think I I should have been I should have either up potted them or I should have done what you said, like where you feed them,
Mm.
because everything for mine, and also this was like when I was first starting, so my light
Yeah.
wasn't close enough, so I had very like spindly.
Yeah. Right.
It was
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure
okay,
it was me with,
these are not.
yeah.
Mhm.
I would definitely not suggest them for beginners. I just wouldn't.
Oh, but yet it would be such a nice thing for a beginner.
It would be, but I wouldn't
No,
because
no.
there's sort of more babysitting. It's easier for me because I'm not lugging in all the soil and all of that.
Right.
I cut my toilet paper rolls in half and I filled them with
Yes,
and I was
yes.
ready to bring them in and I'm like, Robin, just go get the pellets. You haven't had any gnats and let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see Indiana Funny Farm. Speaking of fungus gnats, when you mentioned you have never had fungus gnats in citrus, and I said I was going to try crumbling old citrus leaves on my indoor plants. Totally worked. Zero gnats.
Oh,
Oh, that's very cool.
yeah.
I guess I could try to keep some of my citrus leaves. I'm doing with what, like, because I have I brought in my peppers, my avocado, my lemons, like all my citruses, and my cardamom. I think that's all I have in there. I
Right.
think through this winter, I think I only lost 3 peppers altogether, which is not bad because usually I end up like I bring in 10, and in the spring I come out with 2 or 3. And what I did is I did use the Miracle Grow soil that does say resistant to gnats,
Mhm.
and also I'm not doing any above watering. I'm doing it all in the trays, and there is a
Oh.
few, but it's not like what I have seen. And so
Mhm.
um, I am going to continue to stick to the Miracle Grow as my starter, as my starting medium, and
Mhm.
that. So I know it's like it's got chemicals and stuff and whatever in it, but it's like
Mhm.
it was. My seedlings last year were so attacked.
Mhm.
So
So I'm just looking here on the internet and it suggests DIY spray from boiled orange leaf or orange peels,
Neat.
or lemon, and turn it into a spray.
Mm.
I wonder if you could
that's
just use oil, like essential oil.
Maybe. It might be too hot. It might burn it.
Oh, wait, now it goes on to talk about essential oil here.
How much?
10 drops in 2 ounces of water.
In 2 ounces of water? That seems hot. But I guess it would burn them.
It
maybe.
is pretty hot.
It would burn them, I guess, basically.
Soil
Well,
drench.
there's a peroxide in water soil drench too. I forget it's water, and it might even, I think it's just peroxide in water. You can soil drench too.
Carol, can you watch your microphone is kind of.
I'm so sorry. Is it doing?
It's rubbing up against your
my collar, my thing. So sorry about that, guys. Thank you.
Okay.
I can't. It doesn't. I can't hear it.
No, I know. I can't. Like we can't hear ourselves. When you're mic'd, and so it's like I don't know. Do I sound normal? Do I sound like? Hello?
I need an in ear for my in ear. I need something. Feedback over here. A little tiny speaker.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So that might be something I could try. Is just to even use some citrus peels and spray. But so far it's just not watering from the top is making a difference.
Right.
But it's like, here it's at the end of March. I have not planted a seed at all. So it was like, okay, we've got to get get my seeds out to go. What's in there that I should be planting? So I do leave Monday to go because I'm going to go and pack my mom's home and bring down some things, and then I'm going to be helping with my dad's celebration of life.
Right.
And so I'm hoping my mom goes to the Respite Hotel. So I'm hoping tomorrow night. I'm hoping tonight I'll pack me, and then I'm hoping tomorrow night I'm going to actually plant some seeds and leave them in Marissa's care.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with starts either. There's nothing like Robin was saying, like this year she's going to use a lot more starts. Then you can throw the seeds when you can, but you still got the starts. And I've got some of those. My lettuce looks amazing that I grabbed as starts. It's like huge out there. I'm like, I really got to get out here and pick this. Like I ate some, it was pretty good, but it makes you feel like it gives you that quick satisfaction of something growing really well while you wait for everything else to come in.
Yes.
By the way, my one radish that is flowering, the other one's near it. I had to pull a couple. One was not going to bulb up because they're sun scorched. We're already getting to sun scorching things. And I'm like, no, I want some peas, dang it, before we get to this stage, Florida. Calm down.
Simmer down.
And of course, I took out that tree, so I don't have any shade.
Yeah, you're not alone, Maureen. Tonight may be the last night we go down to the 30s. Oh,
wow.
I know, but it's like I'm sitting between like mid 40s and up to 50, and then there is a few days where it will be even above that. And so with my growing season, like lettuces could have been in and we would be harvesting now. Like my kale is still out there. My Swiss chard is still feeding my chickens.
There you go.
So there is still food, but it's like usually I'm, it's like January 2nd. It's like, can I plant? Can I plant? Can I plant? Can I plant? No. Can I plant? Can I plant? No. Stop trying to plant, Maureen. Right. So, but again, once that warm weather hits, everything just takes off. But I totally agree. My first year to plant, I used starts, and I was, I had cabbages, just beautiful, broccoli, just beautiful. Right. And so, maybe I'll do that, but just stick to my own tomatoes and peppers. Because I would like to try to show Robin Gardens how a Canadian grows her peppers and how it's not that successful.
Aww. Just sneak a start in there and go, oh, look at that one. It just happened to look amazing.
You don't think that Robin will know the exact shape? And it's like,
yeah, right.
Those don't look like the ones. No, that's not Maureen, that's not. Mhm.
You know,
Oh.
it depends on the year, really. You
Mm.
know, I don't always have great luck. So it was a good hot year, and that was good for something, not for
Mhm.
humans. But it was good for peppers. I
Right.
mean, my dailies here on the forecast are kind of crazy. Lows are, for the next 10 days, 33 for a low.
Wow.
And on Monday, it's going to be 78.
Mhm.
See, that's ridiculous. Like,
That's
how do
crazy.
the? It's not good.
No, shocks the plants.
Yeah, and so my tradition is on the 1st, which is Wednesday. I put up my two zipper greenhouses, the temporary
Mhm.
greenhouses, and then I get started every day, you know, uh, planting more and more things to go in there, and then
Mhm.
those houses, or at least one of them, gets utilized for hardening off the stuff I have inside here.
Mhm.
Um, I kind of cheat the system a little bit. I've learned that if I take it out and put it in the zipper greenhouse, it gets a little bit of wind from the door,
Okay.
not a ton, not
Right.
more than it's getting from a little fan in here. And if I put a shade cloth over
Mm.
50% shade cloth or
Mhm.
more, um, that I kind of can cheat the hardening off process, and I don't have to do the 1 hour in, 2 hour.
Yeah. That
Uh,
would drive me crazy. I don't think I'd be a gardener up north with the hardening off situation.
I,
No, I
yeah,
don't know. I'd be
it,
a hydroponics lady up north.
well, I'll tell you, I'm even more concerned now because I go out right here from to the outside in the back
Right.
from a deck. So
Okay.
you're coming off one tier up and then going downstairs to the
Oh,
patio.
gee.
Mhm.
And with this shoulder,
Yes.
the risk of falling with
Right.
stuff, carrying stuff,
Right. Sorry.
um,
Gotta get
I'm
over that.
I'm not excited about that, and I'm not excited for Al either. He's got a
Mm.
bad hip, so
Yeah.
the whole same thing, different reason.
Mhm. Right. You
It just, but
need like a slow conveyor belt just to ask, Craigslist. Anybody got a conveyor that I could just put like
so I've put the old fashioned Christmas lights, the incandescent
yeah.
ones, and in like an old incandescent bulb in a trouble light.
Mhm.
I've put those on a timer and put them in the greenhouses
Okay.
when they're zipped. That adds enough warmth that it's fine. Now, if
Okay.
it does get down where it's going to be near freezing or
Mhm.
freezing, we have thrown a tarp or two over the top of
Mhm.
the
Right.
greenhouses.
Yeah.
And then with the incandescent lights, it helps hold the heat in. If there's,
Okay.
Mm.
I mean, peppers and tomatoes aren't going to make it through that.
No.
So
Right.
you
Yeah.
got to bring those back in. But, your other stuff, I've got a lot of flowers and other things that they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Even in my shower when we were having the freezes, the shower is a step down shower, so it's cooler in there. Like it's all tile and it's even Florida has this thing for windows in the shower. It's a building code. Don't ask me why. I don't know who I'm supposed to wave to with my window open in the shower. But they have them. So between that and like it was like just a little protection in there when we had it getting really cold.
Right.
Of course my husband turned on the heat. I left that up to him because it's like I'll turn it on faster. So I just bundled up. I did lose the leaves off of all of my custard apples, my soursop and sweet sop, and they are sensitive like to the cold. Like my soursop dropped all its
Mm.
leaves. This is all new leaves almost, except for maybe a couple that hung on. All new leaves this
Mm.
year, which is great because it had mites that had made galls in the leaves. So I was like, okay, this is a fresh start. Let me just put on some compost underneath the tree and hope like this will help it. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, even in my shower, they dropped all their leaves. I have one of the zip ups. I did put a towel underneath, so it wasn't like putting them directly on the cold like cement pavers I have out there. It
Mhm,
gave them a little
mhm.
buffer, but I like that idea of wrapping your zip up because those
Mhm.
sometimes just need that extra insulation because of how the breezes can get in there
Yeah.
depending on where you have them. Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned, they've tipped over, so,
Mhm.
learned that you've got to put the big patio bricks down on the bottom,
Did that, yeah.
hold it down on the patio.
Right. Yep.
I have it up against the bar, so the back of it is kind of sheltered.
Mhm.
Storm's coming. I take all of the patio chairs that, metal and stack up into each other,
Right.
those in the front, because between the bar on the back of it and then these chairs on the front,
Yes.
there's
They'll just rattle.
it's just
Yeah.
not gonna go anywhere.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Because you get winds like Shawnee does because you're near the Windy City.
Probably worse.
Wow.
So
But yeah, I mean, I've learned.
Hmm.
They call them flimsies for a reason, but I
Yeah.
love them.
Right. Right. Add about 20. What is that? 2 liter bottle.
20 to 30 filled 2-liter bottles of water to make the same basic greenhouse, so act as a heat sink.
Oh.
Okay,
like
so the water collects the
The
warmth
heat.
during the day and then
Yeah.
emits it at night.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
Yeah, it's that thermal heat. Like they will do it in big greenhouses with larger things of water.
That's really good.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, very
I
good.
I wouldn't have any room for
Me
them
either.
in my flimsies.
Me either. My
That's
trees go,
not-
every little spot is taken in there. They're in my shower this time. I'm like, what am I? I've got to make sure I have something to go over the trees when they go in the ground because uh, I had a lot of trees that I didn't realize I had. Once I put them all together, I was like, oh, yeah. So,
So we bought these at Aldi, and I got a really good price on 'em.
mhm.
And then Al was at Aldi, and he's trying to get me on the phone, and he can't, to see because they had them on sale like 2 years later.
Oh,
And he's like, "Oh hell, I'm just buying them anyway." And he comes home with them. I'm like, "I love you because these aren't going to last forever."
right,
I have backups that were at an awesome price.
right.
So this year, I mean, I usually put up a big one and a little one.
Yes.
This year I put up the two big ones.
Mhm.
One that's brand new and one that's been around for about 8 years.
I have the one that's like a closet. It's like a little, it's that shallower depth one.
You can walk in. Yep, that's what
Yeah,
these are.
but yeah, I have that one. I got it, same thing, on sale at Tractor Supply. And for those of you who don't know, with Aldi, he did the right thing because once it's there and people see it, it's gone. Like
Mhm.
those kind of special things that they put at Aldi go so fast because I've gone over there for something I've seen that's for the garden and it's like, oh no, those were gone like last week. I'm like, I just saw it in the paper.
So
Dude.
the same brand, I bought the ones that just go right over the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a no bottom and they're intended to go
Okay.
plant
Like
starter
a frame,
or
like
plant extenders in the fall.
oh, okay.
I do take it when they're in my beds. I do take big, long 12-inch tent stakes, put them in at the corner, bungee them down into the earth to help them keep them from blowing away too.
Right.
But man, those that lets me get things started earlier.
Right.
That's a great tip.
It's like a cloche, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big cloche. That's true.
So the
That's
big
true.
ones I have are 4 foot by 4 foot, and the little ones I have are like probably 2 feet by 1 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the 2 feet by 1 feet ones because I can tuck something that can handle cold a little bit more here and there and
Right.
whatever but the key is you've got to stake them down into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out now after I don't have a tree there for shade. I saw they had put a shade cloth, but they had done it on wire and they had staked it. I don't know if they must have had it up against the house. It was on a short. They must have had it somehow anchored to the house. And then he had 2 sticks and it was like whatever they clipped them onto the wires with, they just rolled it out.
Oh,
Yeah. So that you would have the poles out on the other end where you would need the shade cloth. So I could just roll out a section of shade cloth for when my sensitive annuals, this starts to happen to gain more. I need the more time with the sun and the heat. That's the only thing. Is that why too that you put your shade cloth over top, Robin, so they don't, like, the sun doesn't beat down and there's
It
not like a huge difference in temp?
So inside they're a little bit warmer. They get a
Yes.
little less wind action. They still get
Right.
some, but they get less. And then the shade cloth keeps them from,
Steaming
it's
during the
like
day.
Bowtie's talked before about how he brings his starts outside and he puts them in the shade and just leaves them there. Kind of, I mean, I wouldn't get away with that here.
Right. We can get away with it somewhat. It
Yeah.
depends. They got snow, so I don't know what North Florida can get away with anymore. North Florida is definitely joining parts of Alabama completely and becoming like those states with their cold. It's crazy. I have 2 of the 2x1s. I was gonna click it.
I leave the bottom shelf off to bury the bottom poles so they don't blow over. But if you need all the shelves, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, I use the bottom, like, I don't bury it. I can't buy, like, I use the frame, but then like what Robin was saying, I have bricks that are left over from my pavers that are about this big. They're like really like thick. They're like this thick and this big. And I put them on that bottom bar. But the thing is, it's okay, these are great, but they're so cheaply made. I accidentally put one of my long things that's supposed to go either at the top or the bottom of the greenhouse in one of my shelves. So one just doesn't ever meet quite well. So it's like you have to really be careful, like if you're going to do that little thing. And also I do put the plastic underneath the bricks too. So it's like the plastic's helping hold the thing down too. But because mine's on my patio, I don't put it in the dirt, although it's in the dirt now on the side of the house because I'm not using it.
Mine's on my patio too.
Yeah, it's just easy access, so I can also see it. Like I can look out and see if anything's blown over or yeah, that was a whole new experience this year, like trying to wrap things and find things to wrap things with. And then after it was all over, I found all of my like cloths that I had with the zippies. They were behind my husband's chair. I had bundled them all together and found a little cubby back there to put them. I'm like, where am I going to put this cold weather stuff? We don't ever get cold weather. And then I couldn't find them.
So you can kind of, there's one of the 4x4.
Oh,
like
wow.
Those are cool.
Yeah. I like them. I usually get like spinach, beets, carrots, Mizuna, that anything that would go in a cloche early. I don't know if I have one of the little ones. I'll keep looking.
Thank you, Ecology Today.
Oh, so here, yeah. Okay, so here's I have 2 flimsies up, the big one and the little one.
Yeah, okay.
And I put over it.
Right, exactly like that.
So I can harden off the starts.
Right.
Very smart.
Yeah, once you got to learn, you learn. I mean,
yeah, you got to learn shortcuts for the annoying parts of gardening.
How many of you have hardened off these darn plants, where you're taking them in and out? You've already nurtured them since February, right?
Right.
And
yeah, I would forget. If they're out of my sight line, I would leave them outside. I would be that gardener that just lost a whole tray of plants because I got busy with the kids and totally forgot I had a tray of plants hardening off.
Yeah. But here's an interesting thing, because my mom grew stuff every year.
Right.
She never went and got new soil. Like she just would use the old soil in her plants, and she'll just, it's like a sour cream container, and she'll plant her seeds in there, and then she takes them out. She didn't do any hardening off. My mother never, like, she's like, what hardening off? Well, what do you mean? Like, when you take them from inside to outside, Mom?
Hmm.
No, I just took them out
Wow.
when it was time to plant. So Homestead Aquarius, I use 6 black trash cans filled with water to help hold heat in my greenhouse. Many ways to do this, yes.
Yeah.
And Indiana Funny Farm has greenhouse envy. I like every year I have one of those metal pole ones, and I always have to buy a new plastic cover for it.
Right.
But the poles last year did get bent out, so I did order a new one. And then I did your lower one. Well, yours is more of a 2x4, but I did buy a lower greenhouse one. Have I opened them up yet? And no.
Those old frames, I've used like the top part of the old frames to put over seedlings outside with a net, because those dang cabbage whites
Yes.
start up so early now.
Yes.
When your seedlings are this high and outside, they're out there saying, hello, I'm going to put my babies right here.
Yep. They opened up a big old nursery on both of my 2 plants that finally came up, and I was like, well, that's not happening. So we're gonna do cabbage another year when I do what Robin said, net it.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea, because usually the top frame is the frame that is not bent out of shape.
Right.
And then I used it later, like end of July, when I was starting more seedlings, and I needed to keep them shaded. So again, it was holding the shade cloth over those seedlings.
Yeah. So I hope I still have my old pipes from last year. So yeah, these are things that you start thinking about, like, or that I think about when I'm thinking about what do I want with my next farm. And one of my girlfriends with hers, she bought like the big Costco, those metal racks, and she had them all on there. And of course they're on wheels, and she had a little section. Her husband built off a section in their garage,
Nice.
the 2-car garage. And so she had heat and lights, and she'd get them all going. And then when it was time, she would just roll it out into the sun, and then she'd roll it back, and you go,
love that.
I want a life like that. I want a flat surface where, it's not a driveway that's on a hill, and you just wheel it out, wheel it in. That's what I want. So
yeah, we're on an incline. Mine would be in the street. Knowing my kids and my husband accidentally.
So the things that I keep in the garage are on one of those racks with wheels. And that's how I acclimate them from being in the garage all winter back to being out. It's all flowers. I've got a couple of herbs in there, but it's mostly flowers. My problem is wind, and that rain. So most days it can get wheeled out for a period of time.
Right.
Sometimes we can just leave the garage door open, quite frankly, and put it all the way at the edge of the garage, so it's still in, getting sheltered somewhat from the wind, but still getting the sun.
Nice.
With the door open. Yeah, I mean, wheels and shelving, totally.
Oh my goodness. Serena already has the white moths flying around.
I believe
it. Yeah, too, in Oklahoma. Yeah, ours are. Well, my cauliflower's gone. It was gone as soon as it got leaves this big. They were all underneath the leaves. I was like, oh, let me wipe those off, and then my finger hit a big old pile of them, and I'm like, let me look at this thing a little bit closely, and they were covered, just covered. It was disgusting. I was like, nope, I'm not bothering with you. Blip, blip.
Yes, they just are like all the pests for gardens. It's just like,
Oh,
And like for me, I
Yeah.
am trying, I am trying to save up my biochar from my Forno oven,
good.
but because that's what I would like to take out to help stop the slugs out
Yes.
at the. But I do, but it's like it's not like I have a lot yet. But
Mhm.
it's like I'm hoping that's what I can do to prevent them from coming after, and just even just trying to get more of the
Mhm.
little, slug baits of just using using yeast and molasses, and it actually when you mix them together, it actually smells like a beer. It's quite remarkable, and I will get some of those in there, but I need to make a point of emptying out and putting in fresh, like on a regular basis. So
Right.
your dang hen ate the leaves off your broccoli. Yeah, I have I love to feed my hens the broccoli leaves, but it's like when they're just little,
Mhm.
the ladies are just like, can we come out, please? It's like, no, we will be good. We won't touch your stuff. No, you're not coming out, please. And then once the broccolis are big enough, then it's like, sure, come on out, and they'll eat
Mhm.
the bottom leaves, and and we're all happy. But it's like there is that kind of window where it's like no chicken is allowed out in the yard,
Mhm.
please. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, please hit the thumbs up. I do really appreciate that. So, mm. Jay says very basic frame greenhouses. I got 3 for free from metal recycling and 2 free from online classified. That's
Nice.
fantastic.
Nice.
Great
Hmm.
deals. Great deals.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Serena says I'm already seeing
Mhm.
snails near my hostas and picked 7 of them today and put them in the back trash bin with a bunch of helicopter seeds. I found the bed with the
Mhm.
hostas. Oh, I hope that you crushed them
Mm.
because they will just leave.
Climb back up. Yeah. We'll
Hmm.
pour some salt
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
Yeah, do something to eliminate them.
Mhm.
We're still dealing with mice and rats here. Like it's again, I think it'll just always be my um ongoing
Mm.
battle. Like the ones that have entered into my house, I still have no idea how they're coming in, and we
Ugh.
just every so often there's one, and they
Have you
love my bedroom. They love my bedroom. And it's like, why? There's no food in my bedroom.
Maybe
have
that's where they're coming in.
have you
No,
followed the
No.
trail with a
Oh,
UV
the
light?
PP trail. Yeah.
no.
You should
So
try that.
take a. We had this out for.
Yes, we had this last night. Our
So take your little yeah.
great. Mine's got like so many different settings.
Oh, hang on. Let me grab.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go.
there's
There you go.
Boop.
So there's your. Ooh, can you?
Hold on. Let me see if I got. Hold on.
Yeah, let me kill the light.
Here, Mariana got it.
Oh, you got
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I got something. See how it picks that up? The
So
white.
so you can see the PP trail.
Mm-hmm. It'll illuminate,
Oh.
just like they used to use in those shows where they would go into hotel rooms and be like, "How clean is this hotel room? Let us show you." And they would just.
Mhm.
It was so gross.
So what is this light?
It's an ultraviolet light. You,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
ultraviolet. Do you
let
have
me.
Harbor Freight in Canada?
yeah. That's.
No.
Oh.
No. Oh, well then just go to your local hardware store.
Hmm.
And well, I mean you could also order it from the Big A too.
Yeah, the big gang might have it.
So basically it's a black light.
Mhm.
You're a UV light. Um the reason I say Harbor Freight was like this was like $7.
Yeah.
Cheap, 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 cheap. See, I got it labeled the Hornworm Hunter tool.
And what is it exactly called?
Ultraviolet flashlight.
Okay.
UV flashlight.
And so, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or just a UV portable light. You just need the UV light for it to pick up the PP trail. That was such a good thing you said, Robin. Good idea.
And kill the lights in the room where you're hunting.
Mm-hmm. It'll light up.
Mhm. Yeah, we just like I have I've I've hired 2 ladies that come in and clean once a week. So a lot of things have been dealt with, um, which is just fantastic. But if we do see one, then that's probably what I'll do, is just to see if there's a way for me.
Especially
Oh yeah,
figuring out where they're coming in.
yeah. I almost have a feeling that it's probably something to do with within the roof, even though I think mice are not so keen, um, because it's just like the house is pretty solid. Um, yeah, it's pretty solid. And when
Yeah,
I
just
go
get a
around the
couple of
perimeter,
cats, right? Couple.
except for then I have to worry about my chickens with the cats.
So Jay says Princess Auto is
Yep.
almost like a Harbor Freight in Canada.
Oh, okay. Okay. Princess Auto is awesome. That's where I got my raised beds, my green raised beds out that I have out in the front, and I, paid under $100 for mine for each of them. You just everywhere else, like for the size that I had, would be $200-300. So yeah,
Isn't it crazy how there can be such a price disparity between things? It just makes you
yeah,
nuts.
yeah. Well, looking at the ones on the Big A here, mine mine all start. I think the cheapest one was $12.98, but it was normally $15.99. $13. There was a thin one I think for $10, but nothing like $7. $7. No, no. We have to pay double.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Harbor Freight. I love that store. It's really a small tool store,
Mm-hmm.
basically. But like last year, I'm walking through and for $9.99, I just happened to have these because I used them on my indoor plants. I saw these and I'm like, well, dang, I've never seen that brand. I've never seen the clippers, whatever. $9.99. I'm all in. I'm going to give it a try. I love these things. They're like my favorite pruners now. $9.99.
Mm-hmm.
I got some pretty
Wow.
expensive pruners and I like my
Mm-hmm.
$9.99 ones better.
Yeah. Yeah. Princess Auto is a bit like that. You walk in and it's like, you're you go, I'm coming in for one thing, and you walk out with about 20. I need that. And that's such a good price. I need that. That's such a good price. Oh yeah, Canadian Tires is $18.99 for their UV light, certified
Okay.
9-volt light. So yeah, that means I would have to get in my car and drive there and pick one out. Whereas if I just ordered off Big A,
But there's something to say about that. Your gas, your time,
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Miss Sharon loves Harbor Freight. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's funny. Sometimes we forget about it what's inexpensive there too are the little clips that I always need to clip on to the flimsies to help hold the tops down or to put the tarps on,
Mhm.
shade cloth or whatever. They have a good price for that, and they have a good price on zip ties.
Yeah, I buy zip ties from the dollar store, and it's like you can never have too many of those.
Mhm.
Oh, so Jay's the princess of Princess Auto.
Mhm.
Oh, there we go. Extendable work light with UV light. 601 from Princess Auto. There you go.
Hey,
See?
there you go.
Now we're playing.
Mm,
It's regular $19.99, so it's regular
that's a
20
great
bucks.
sale. Yeah,
There you
good
go.
sale.
It's on clearance.
Can't beat that. That's a great price.
Just
Mm-hmm.
check the reviews and make sure there's a
Yeah. that it's working properly.
Other people like it.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, it's
Good
in
point.
stock online, but not out of stock in the store. But it's $6.01.
With shipping
What a-
though, is that like
what a
20
weird-
bucks Canadian? Because Canada just got some weird shipping stuff that goes on up there. I know you talked about sometimes sending it to another province is more expensive than sending something down here.
Yeah. Yes.
Crazy.
Just
Just a princess crown.
your princess crown.
It's
Yeah.
like, but it's true, Jay, right? When you go in, you end up walking out with way more stuff than you thought. And it's like you go, this is a good price. And I didn't know I was looking for this. I should
Yeah.
get it.
It's that's why when I was in the W store today, I got those 2 trellises. I don't need 2 new trellises, but they had the little metal pieces very thinly put together, like 2 inches or less across. And, I'm always taking the other trellises and adding fish line so that the beans or the peas or the whatever
Right.
can.
Right.
I'm like, I don't have
Perfect.
to fuss with this one if I get it.
Yeah.
And I save all of them, and they always end up getting used somehow at some point. I even used my old wood ones that I hadn't used for a few years last year to hold those squash, the cushaw up off of the gravel,
Right.
because I felt like the gravel was pretty hot for
Yeah.
for the vines.
True.
So, I got yet another use from those old wood trellises.
Right.
Right.
I know they have the cake plates sometimes too. They used to sell them where they have the feet. They're plastic cake. Well, some people don't want to use plastic, but still, they're plastic cake plates, and they have the little feet on them, and you can use them like underneath, like what you're saying, like squash or things like that. It's just you probably have to do like bakery wholesale and see if it's
Right.
worth it compared to the garden ones for watermelons and things like that to hold them up.
Oh, you mean like the little crate, like a watermelon cradle?
Yeah, they have the watermelon cradles, but these are flat though. That's the only thing, is because they're for a cake. So I don't know. But I would think they would have, squash. You could lay a squash on it. It's like a plate, but it's got feet on it.
Well, I've used those watermelon cradles before.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to keep them up out of the dirt.
I agree. Absolutely. But does
That
it
is
hurt
good.
the fish? What fish? What did I miss?
Does
Hurt the fish? Did I miss something?
Oh, the fishing line.
Oh. So bad.
I like
Bunch.
I like the fishing line because you can see through it. It doesn't look like it's there.
Right.
On my big trellis, I used to have all fishing line on there, but the bunnies could hop up there and they would just eat the beans and chew the
Stinkers.
fishing line.
I would think it would freak them out. Like if you had like fishing line running, like maybe a surround on posts.
There is
They probably can see it. They probably got really good eyesight.
There's nothing that freaks out the bunnies or the squirrels in the yard.
Yeah, you just need a pet coyote on a leash. It won't freak them out. It'll just take care of them. It'll just eat them for dinner.
I was scrolling back looking for stuff the other day, on a hunt, and I hadn't been in my old pictures in a long time, and I was like, I remember when I didn't have to put fence around my stone beds. Oh, it looks so pretty.
Yeah, before they found it, right?
Oh, yeah. The good old days, right?
Well, I think we will, kind of close ourselves out. We've been here for an hour and a half, and I do have some packing to get done.
Indeed.
And so I do really appreciate all of you for joining us. And I won't be here next week, of course, because I will be at my father's celebration of life. So anyway, if you are new to our channels, especially for those from Team Replay, if you're just checking us out, please do check out South Florida Sunshine. Tropicals, Shawnee Grows, who usually is hanging out with us, and Robin Gardens. I do really appreciate that. And I always like a little closing quote. So let me see what today's is. Sometimes the smallest things, a seed, a conversation, a quiet return, are enough to begin again. And that's kind of the place that I'm at, is that I'm in this place of beginning again, or just continuing. But, and I might have to begin again and begin again. But anyway, thank you, ladies, for hanging out. And of course, Miss Sharon, for sharing out everybody's channel. I do really appreciate that. And thank you, L Triple G. I do really appreciate that. I will send your love to my mom and whatnot. So good night, all, and have a great rest of your weekend. So take care.